first, I'll follow your lead. We're nowhere to move in over here. You know, just
We can move if you want.
is that okay? Because we don't block people and they don't come out and say, what are you guys doing? You know, I'd rather have. I'd rather be respectful of people walk away. A little bit higher. Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mario.
What's up?
You mind moving it to the front of it? Yeah.
Could you not cover his face with this one? Or do you want
Yeah,
to
I
put
can
it?
lower it.
'Cause then it'll mess everybody up.
You take that out, please. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it.
Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Everyone good?
Thanks, sir.
Testing, 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 testing.
Testing.
Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Good.
Hello. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Marcos, would you lift this up a little bit more? Thank you.
Get behind you. Yes, all of us.
Yes. Go up.
So you don't want to cover your face.
Go and turn it around.
Hi, Peely. Fit in you? What do you
Okay,
want?
bring it in more.
More?
More, this way. Thank you. Higher. Higher. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is where.
So, Carl, I'll introduce you. Can kind of continue to introduce.
Okay.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I see you. And
Check. This is to check if you're registered for what
Wonderful.
you're doing.
Okay.
You just want me to.
thank you. Yeah,
put
just right
there?
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Veterans, vente para acá conmigo.
Senior Janos, vente.
I want you to, so I'll introduce you. And one of the things I want to ask you to talk about is
That door behind you. You're the president? He's the president. Oh, okay. Vice president. Hi. Okay. ¿Por qué estás tan atrás, Marcos?
yeah. Are we ready?
Marcos.
We'll hold right after.
Marcos, vente. Okay.
Yeah.
Vente.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for coming down this afternoon. My name's Ignacita, and I am the District Director for LULAC District 4 here in El Paso, and it is a great honor and a great pleasure to introduce to you Ray Mancera, who is the VP of the Southwest.
Thank you, Madam District Director Ignacita Ramirez. Thank you all for stopping by today. It is sad that we have to come together and address this. I thought we had kind of done away with all that discrimination and challenges to our voting rights, but here we are again. I'm the National Vice President for LULAC, and we are appalled at what the Attorney General Ken Paxton is doing. We have fought for 95 years. That is how long LULAC has been around, and we came together in 1929 precisely to ensure that our rights as Americans would never be trampled. 95 years later, and we're still talking about this? Amazing. So, what is he afraid of? What we're doing right now is ensuring that every American, either that was born American, a U.S. citizen, or that became a U.S. citizen, has a right to participate in our democratic process, has a right to elect their elected officials at the local, state, and national level. And yet, we are being challenged one more time again. Well, Mr. Ken Paxton, we're here and we're not going to go away. We're going to keep fighting like we always have. You all read what happened in San Antonio, 3 counties, where the Attorney General received complaints, received the information that something was going on that is wrong, and took up and got his lieutenants and went out there, and at 5 o'clock walked into and knocked at the door of an 87-year-old abuelita. and told her, stand outside and don't come in, and we're gonna confiscate your telephone and your computer because we have suspicion that you might be illegally getting people to register to vote. They're not supposed to, and that is wrong. Well, if you notice, if you look at the history of Ken Paxton, he has done that multiple times, and the documentation is very vast, where he has been shown that out of 285 cases, actually 900 cases that he brought, only 3 of them resulted in a conviction, and 1 of them was thrown out. So in his eyes, there's an issue going on in Texas that we need to address. Just like there were other issues in other states that we felt that we had to have our Attorney General go out there into other states and file suit into other states. Excuse me, what are you doing? You gotta take care of Texas. And you have to take care of that legal issue that you also have dragging in your back, that we hope and pray that someday he will be brought to justice. As a national vice president, a national organization, we have fought this fight many times in California, Arizona, Nevada, in other states. And I'm very happy that today we are gathered here and we have been joined by very distinguished members, not only veterans of the Vietnam era, the NAACP leadership, and also an abuelita who is going to speak as far as the seniors concerned. And I'm going to go ahead now at this point introduce. Oh, thank you, Judge, for joining us. I'd like to go ahead and now welcome County Commissioner Sergio Coronado.
Thank you, Ray, for your, apologize. All right. Thank you, Ray, for your continued leadership in the LULAC organization, and not just LULAC, but your community. We really appreciate all the service you do to our community and to the country. I am Sergio Coronado. I am an attorney, county commissioner, and a former president of legal counsel of LULAC here locally. You know, late last month, the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sent armed agents into the homes of grandmothers or abuelitas who have been volunteers for years in their communities. In one case of Lidia Martinez, who is 87, they forced her out of her house at 6 a.m. in her nightgown and didn't even allow her to put on some clothes to cover herself with arms drawn. These armed agents wanted to send a message of fear and intimidation to scare others from helping Latinos and other minorities in Texas to register to vote. We have seen this pattern before in Texas, where alleged voter fraud investigations are conveniently launched right before an election, only to disappear afterward or get thrown out of court. But by then, the damage is done. The mere hint of an investigation, the specter of agents knocking on doors, is enough to create fear in our community. And that fear is designed to do one thing: to suppress our vote. But we will not be intimidated, and we will not be silenced. Today, we are asking the United States Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate these recent raids and ensure that our community's civil rights are not violated. You know, the right to vote is fundamental in our democracy. Regardless of race or ethnicity, and the state of Texas wants to demonize these mail-in ballots, these that help older voters, those with disabilities, and those who may be not just overseas, but out of the country. The state of Texas has targeted members of our community before. Now, anyone that helps human beings is now suspicious of committing a crime. If the state of Texas does not agree with your political party and questions your citizenship because your last name is not Abbott, Paxton, or Patrick, it's a coincidence that these tactics are only reserved for the Democratic Party in Texas right before the presidential or other elections. You know, we here in El Paso are comprised of a beautiful mix of cultures. Our county is a representation of the melting pot that is our country. We are the borderland and we embrace our culture. We are not afraid of it. We understand the importance of human rights because our culture has endured decades of racism and xenophobia. We will rise above because our culture has also taught us how to fight back. That is what we will do, fight back. And by fighting this in our legal system, and this November when we as a people will vote in this election, rightfully so. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, for those words. We do want to go ahead and take this opportunity and invite our county judge to say a few words if you wish. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. It's almost hard to believe that we're having to do this. It's so difficult. Voting should be exciting. It should be a privilege. It should be something that we've all earned. And to go through intimidation, marginalizing, scaring individuals, having to question. We have enough challenges to get our young people to vote. For us to put these obstacles and begin to make them feel uncomfortable. You know, it's so difficult when we say, how's my vote going to count? Well, add this to it. Add this to it, to our challenges of people wanting to vote. It makes it so much harder. This is not a third world country. These are the things that happen where there's dictatorships, not here. So it is not in any way a bipartisan. You know why? Because shame on any party member, Republican, Democrat, Independent, shame on not wanting to have an even playing field. If you want to win on an even playing field. Don't be scared about our people and our Hispanic and our vote. And I know that's what it's all about. As a county judge, you know, accessibility, my goodness, one of the basic fundamental privileges that we have, accessibility to so many things, and we get blocked. And now voting becomes an obstacle. My goodness. 2024, in today's world, and I'm talking to our community, I don't care what party you belong to, there is no way you cannot be shameful being a participant, supporting or ignoring the fact that people need to be able to vote excitedly. Think about it. You want to go out there and make your vote and feel good about it and support your candidate. What a privilege. Do not take that privilege. It's going to be up to a community. You know, El Paso gets the biggest hits in the narratives. Why? We want open borders. We don't care who votes. BS. We do care who votes. But we want people that can vote to be able to vote. That's what we want. And so please, come on, El Paso, stand behind this. Stand behind us. I hope in some way I've gained some credibility in this community to tell you you're going the wrong way if you have anything to do with avoiding people to be able to vote in peace and feel good about that vote. Come on, El Paso, you know you can stand up for us and do that for the rest of the country. We are a role model here. This is a stronghold of humanitarianism. This is a stronghold of doing things right. We're not going to let it go. Thank you, LULAC. You get us to be up here. We'll stand up as well. Let's all get together. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I'd like to introduce an abuelita. I'd like to now ask Dora Villanueva, who is president of LULAC Seniors Council in El Paso, and she would like to say a few words.
Hello to everybody. I'm happy to be here today. My name is Dora Villanueva. What do? I work with the elderly. They're my friends. I take care of them. They ask me, how do we do this? How do we do that? English and Spanish, because some of them don't know how to do it because they haven't known before. But now we have a lot of people helping them to learn how to vote, and they ask, can we do it? I always tell them the elderly always vote. And the elderly, believe me, they do vote. I go to all the senior centers for the Parks and Recreation. All the people there have asked me, do they want us to vote? I said, why not? Well, you know how they get with us. Sometimes they get mad at us and we don't know. Now we're getting ourselves more stronger. We're voting. They're coming to places like this at this time. If I tell them, go over there, at least 100 of you, they'll come. Today, we just wanted to come ourselves, okay? But let me tell you this, please don't intimidate us. Although we live by ourselves, with some of them, and some of us, we're disabled people, don't intimidate us. We like to work with our city, with our Texas, especially Texas, okay? We want to vote. And elderly, I just tell you, carry your voting card with you, especially at this time that this is happening, okay? And don't forget me, I'll continue to tell you, carry your voting card with you. Thank you.
We're all Americans.
And we are all Americans, okay? You already did it.
Thank you, Dora. At this time, I'd like to bring a gentleman that has been an El Paso resident, and he fought in Vietnam and would like to address a few words as a veteran. Please welcome Carlos Rivera.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. My name is Carlos Rivera. I'm an Air Force veteran. I served in the Air Force from 1971 to 1975. I have my oldest brother who's a Marine. He served in Vietnam in 66, 66, 67. A second brother who served in Vietnam also with the Army in 1968, 69. And my family goes back many years in this area. My great-grandfather and my great-grandmother were born in Cuadrilla, Texas. My grandfather was born in Cuadrilla, Texas. My father was born in Abilene, Texas. So we've been around, and what I'd like to say is, as a member of the LULAC Veterans Council, is El Paso's veterans have served honorably in every war, from World War I to the present. Marcelino Serna is one of our war heroes from World War I. And right now, we have his name up for consideration for the Congressional Medal of Honor. We have veterans that served in World War II, in Korea, in my family, and as well as in my veteran community. I'm a member of the LULAC Veterans Council. I'm a member of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Legacy of Valor, American GI Forum. And we proudly served. I said we will always raise our head up high for the service that we did to our country. And it's a shame that anybody at any level, especially at the governmental and the Attorney General's office, that would take their time to harass our people, our Mexican-American community throughout Texas. So I am here to say to our community, join us, join our veterans, join LULAC, and let's come back strong and fight this harassment that's coming from the state office, from the governor, and from the Attorney General. Thank you, and I wish that all our veterans that are in our community will join us in this cause as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carlos, and thank you for your service. I'd like to now introduce an organization that was founded 20 years before LULAC. It was founded in 1909, and it is our sister organization, and I'm proud to say that the president of the NAACP in the El Paso chapter, the first chapter in Texas, is joining us today. Mr. Carl Dwyer, the president.
Thank you. Can y'all hear me? Good afternoon. And on behalf of the El Paso branch of the NAACP, we're here to say that we stand beside our brothers and sisters at LULAC. The El Paso branch of the NAACP was founded in 1914 by Dr. Lawrence A. Nixon. It was founded on the principles of the right to vote. He stood in line right here in El Paso and was denied and challenged on his right to vote. And in 2024, we're still standing here fighting for each and everyone's right to vote. The NAACP is nonpartisan, as you've heard earlier today. We're not telling you which party to vote for, but we are telling you to vote. Your voice is your vote. Your vote is your voice. I also stand here as a veteran of the United States Army, like many of our branch members are veterans of the United States Army. And we fought and we served under that flag, the red, white, and blue, for the right to vote. Not for that right to be stripped, not for that right to be taken away. It is too important. We will not be intimidated, we will not be discouraged, and we will not be stopped. We will continue to register the young, the old, the middle-aged, those that have not voted. We will continue to register. We challenge all voters to educate yourselves. Educate yourselves on what's going on. Make informed decisions and elect leaders that will stand up for you. Your voice is your vote. Do not be intimidated. Do not let this discourage you. El Paso historically has had one of the lowest voter turnouts in this state. We don't need any other issues and reasons to decrease our voter turnout. We will continue to fight, we will continue to push on, and we will continue towards this election in November the 5th, because it is a very crucial and important election. And we want everybody, this is your right, we fought for, died for, and bled for, your right to step into the ballot and make your decision, one way or the other. So we ask you to do that. I'm also joined today by my fellow veteran, Command Sergeant Major retired Diane Williams, who is the branch vice president. I'd like to give her a few words.
Thank you so much. I really just want to echo what the president said and to ask a question. What is everybody so afraid of? Why would this happen? Is it because 30.5 million residents, including 12.1 million Hispanic individuals, are in Texas? Or is it because 58% of the Texas population are Hispanics, blacks, or Asians? Texas is a majority minority state. So what I'm here to say is we will not go back. We will not stop registering people. We will not stop trying to get everyone to register to vote. And like Carl said, doesn't matter who you vote for, just keep democracy on your mind. Thank you.
Thank you, and we're privileged, yeah. That's smart. I want to thank everybody who has spoken today, and also joining us is the former County Commissioner, Carlos Aguilar. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We also have a member of a Young Adults Council, my son, Marcos Mancera. Thank you. All I'd like to say is that, and finish up by saying the following. Thank you so much for those of you that came in solidarity to join us today with LULAC. Many of them are members of LULAC. Many of your family members in the media are members of LULAC. Look around, we've been around for 95 years. Somos peleoneros, we will fight for the right, for those that cannot speak, for those that cannot walk, for those that are being denied the opportunity to be full-fledged Americans. It's amazing, like I said earlier, 95 years later, we're still seeing it. The sabotage, the accusations, but it is the act of taking your position of trust of a law enforcement agency, officer, the Attorney General of the state of Texas, and take advantage of that, and just because you heard somebody say this or somebody say that, you're weaponizing. So you heard that before, that some people are weaponizing a certain department. It is our understanding from what we see that this position is being weaponized to ensure that our community does not have a chance to either be able to vote or to go out and vote. So thank you so much, and we are willing to take any questions from you all. Thank you, everybody. As you can see, we had a very strong, broad section of the community speaking up for ensuring that we have a strong democracy in the United States. Thank you so much. And thank you all for coming.
God bless America.
God bless America, yes.
No questions? Great. Questions?
Oh. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
Just specific, how exactly is Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of the state of Texas, targeting voters? What exactly are they doing?
What they did actually is that based on some a call that came in, an accusation, is that this individual or three individuals were gathering information. Where's the
Harvesting.
yes, Miko? Where's the yeah? We're walking around and asking people to register to vote. And as you know, they teach us here at the county exactly what to do and what not to do. But it is quite simple. It's only 10 questions. But what we were able to understand so far and what we have submitted to the U.S. Department of Justice is that those accusations are unfounded, that somebody just simply exercising the right to have the ability to ask somebody to register to vote, take that information to the county, and once they did so, we don't ask them who to vote for, things of that nature, and that's really basically the accusation. There's no basis for it. Lydia Martinez is dumbfounded, saying, I don't know what, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I haven't changed anything that I've done, and the rules have not changed. So she was very perplexed, and we are perplexed as well. Any other question?
Question to follow up there. What are you hoping the DOJ does? What are you hoping is the resolution at the end of all this?
Yes, what we are hoping is that, if you recall, is that the Texas Attorney General, there was a famous case that exactly the same thing. They went after somebody, a lady who had been doing this for years, and prosecuted her, and the case was ultimately thrown out because he did not have the right to prosecute. So they passed the law that says that you have to be invited by a DA to come in and prosecute, and rather to the charges. So that kind of stopped everything. But now they did find somebody, a DA that said, yes, go ahead and please come and help me. I don't know what to do. Come and help me. And in comes the cavalry with the agents and to charge her with charge those three people. We don't know exactly what the charges are yet. They were not handcuffed. They were not taken away. Only their computers. So just the fact of having done that, they're harassing them. Thank you. They're harassing them, intimidating us, but when you have, let me tell you, you and I know that when a police comes and knocks at your door, I don't care if it's an FBI or whoever it is, they already have their act together. They know exactly what you're doing. They have got enough evidence, and what they're going to gather is just simply to add the icing on the cake. Here, they went fishing for evidence, and we're going to find out that ultimately, like what happens every time, they're not going to find anything. I hope I answered your question. Any other questions? No?
Check español. The yellow paper I gave you.
Yes. Now, all of us, especially those that have gone through this class of filling this information out, to my right is a very famous individual in El Paso by the name of Pee-wee, Marie Mier, and she is notorious for signing them up, and you will not be intimidated, right?
No way, Jose.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I register everybody. If everybody's not registered, I register you right now.
Ya. ¿Qué unas palabras en español?
Ahorita hacemos una.
Una. Ok. Gracias. Muy amable. Gracias. Thank you so much.